Hi, I'm State Senator Mark Huizenga, representing Michigan's 30th Senate District. Today, I'm here at LMCU Ballpark, the home of the West Michigan Whitecaps. Since 1994, the ballpark has provided West Michigan families with affordable entertainment for all ages in a fun and friendly environment. Last year, LMCU Ballpark began an expansion project that will create the best venue possible for the best minor league baseball team. It'll also ensure that the ballpark remains a top-tier facility both locally and nationally for Whitecap games, concerts, and special events for decades to come. Join me as I tour the place where the West Michiganders love spending their summers and celebrating America's pastime. Welcome to LMCU Ballpark, and go Whitecaps!
So this first area is a newly renovated space that will be the visitors clubhouse very shortly once the home is completed. For now, it's actually serving as the home clubhouse. So it's fresh and new, so definitely worth taking a look at.
And so in 2020, Major League Baseball kind of assumed control of the minor league system.
Okay.
Prior to that, there was an intermediary entity called the National Association of Minor League Baseball. But when Major League Baseball took over, they said there used to be 160 teams. They cut it down to 120. So immediately 40 clubs and 40 markets kind of said bye-bye to having a minor league baseball team. And one of their biggest kind of areas for improvement throughout the system was player-facing space. So larger clubhouses, improved weight facilities, player dining, and just kind of forcing a lot of clubs that are not, as well prepared for it as we were to kind of get up to par. So we
taking care of the players a little bit more.
Yep, taking care of the players a little bit better. So we got kind of caught up in that transition, and really what you'll see as we kind of walk around today is we use that as an opportunity to bridge the gap to what we think is going to be the next 30 years of baseball here. So instead of just solving player-facing problems, we turned it into a master planning process that is going to get this ballpark ready to go for the next 30 years. As we walk around outside, you'll kind of see how we cater to, like you were saying before we started the tour, hey, I'm bringing my company out with 100, 150, 200 people. So we have lots of spaces that allow our fans to engage in that sort of outing.
Is there like a tunnel where the players come out here then or something?
Yep, they'll, so back one door that way, they'll be able to go down a couple levels, and then they head right into the dugout.
Okay. And what's the hardest part about the groundskeeping?
Oh, man, I think, Mitch would say, like, as great as the field looks, it does show its age. Like, so underneath it, it's very compacted.
Yeah.
It doesn't drain as well as it used to. The way he's got the lawn cut right now, he does a really good job of kind of hiding it, but the brighter green spots in there, it's something called POA that you really can't eliminate, but you just are always fighting. So, it's those sorts of things that you get on an older field that probably make his life a little more complicated than he would like it to be. Let's head into the construction.
So we're going to start downstairs, which would be the player entry path, and some of the new areas that we're using for support, and then we'll kind of make our way back up here. So I like to use this kind of as a starting point, because this is the future player entry for the home team. They'll have a player lot right over here, and then they'll have a path that they kind of come, and this will be their main entry here. It also gives you just a feel for the expanse of the new structure here too. It looks big, and from this perspective, it certainly is.
Yeah, it is.
Then we get in here. This would be more facility support and infrastructure. So a lot of our dry storage will live in here. This is something that we don't have next to us right now. A lot of our storage is in the outfield. It was kind of an afterthought. This building just wasn't made to support it.
Yeah.
And so having it here as part of the building will allow us much more efficient operations.
Yeah.
So right
Well, and
here
you've really grown a lot since the first ideas, so that's probably
yeah.
a natural progression. Saying like everything has to expand.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, we operate completely differently than we did when we built it 30 years ago, and so just having it all where we want it is a big piece of, hey, if we're going to do this and do it right, let's put it in a place where we need it.
Yeah.
So
Cool. So what's the number one thing people buy at a ballpark? It's got to be a hot dog, I'm guessing.
It's still a hot dog.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we get fancy and we get weird, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, but the regular standby is...
yep, they want
yeah.
a beer, they want a soda and a hot dog.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's kind of how we think about it. We know that we can get creative and kind of go for the, the more exciting menu items, but at the end of the day, it's like, how can you get through the gate with a family of 4, have some hot dogs, have a soda and a beer if you want, and get out of here for what is a pretty affordable price these days. So we got our core staples that we got to stay true to, and hot dog is definitely one of them.
Yep. Cool.
About 180,000 a year.
180,000 hot dogs a year.
Yep.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of hot dogs. So we'll turn left here. This will be...
Is this the old exterior on this wall here then?
This used to be the back of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the main clubhouse. So lockers are going to go around the exterior and
Right.
compare this to the space we were just in on the other side. And there's a little more breathing room over
Yeah,
here.
this is great.
You know, there's 3 minor league ball clubs, high A teams in Michigan, and only one of them gets to be affiliated with the Tigers. And so, we actually do get excited about getting this right for them,
Yeah.
and kind of creating a relationship that has them think very highly of us.
Yeah,
So.
playing the long game and
Yep,
do
exactly.
it right all the time.
Yep, we want them to like sending guys here, and we want them to have a great experience when they're in West Michigan.
So we're standing in the weight room.
Okay.
So we used to have a rather small room that we had converted into a weight room back on the other side, and so this one meets the new facility standard requirements, gives them plenty of space to work out. It's also adjacent to the locker room, which is one of the requirements, and the batting tunnels that we'll go into next here. We have batting tunnels. Once again, guess where
Okay.
they are? Center field, right?
Okay.
So it was kind of a long trek for them to go across the field to go into the batting tunnels to work out. In addition, there was only one, and so that really limited their ability to, get enough players through there. And so there's 2 now, indoor and adjacent.
This space right here, you drop down 2 nets, and you put a pitching machine down there, and then they take their they take the reps and kind of do all their swing work in here. We're gonna try to open it up and have kids who want to come in here and take a couple swings, do it while they're watching the game, and then we think that this space down here is going to play really nicely with the suite club that you'll see in a second upstairs. So there's not a better, kind of more unique venue for coming and having your party, hang out upstairs, come downstairs, take a few swings and have some fun. And
yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That's a real experience.
For sure.
Yeah. Great. This is pretty huge.
Yeah, this is an area we're really excited about. This will be a both hospitality area for large groups, as well as an area that we will have dates for fans to come up here and catch a game, socialize, get food, bar area right there, and really just kind of a private, exclusive, upscale area for fans.
I'm super impressed.
Yeah, it feels, not to knock how we put ourselves together back in 1994, but we're adding a lot of infrastructure that we did not have back then, and I think it's going to feel really good for the next 30.
It's amazing.